Hello, everyone. At this time, we're going to talk about enlightenment and joy through books. Welcome to my home. And we're going to talk about different things for confirmation, encouragement, enlightenment, and enjoyment. So come along, a theological journey of enlightenment, growth, and enjoyment. Let's have fun. During this time, I'm going to share book reviews that I feel will enlighten you and add joy to your soul. Books not only contain information, but they improve our minds, take us where we can't always go. It encourages us and lift our spirit. So let's live, learn, and enjoy these reviews. The first one is Traveling Light by Max Lucado. Mr. Lucado says traveling light means trusting God with the burdens you were never intended to bear. For the sake of those you love, learn to set them down. He shares some of the names of God and their meaning, especially in discussion of Psalms 23. He talks about the most populated prison in the world. The name of the prison is what and want? Mr. Lucado says the inmates serve a life sentence in this overcrowded, under-provisional facility. He says, we've all seen her prisoners. They are in want. They want something. They want something bigger, nicer, faster, thinner. They want. And in case you don't understand, I'm saying want, W-A-N-T. He says, they don't want much, mind you. They want just one thing, one new job, one new car, one new house, etc. If your happiness comes from something you deposit, drive, or digest, then face it. You are in prison, the prison of want. That's the bad news for some of us. Mr. Lucado says the psalmist David has a secret to tell us, the secret of satisfaction. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. You see, David has found the pasture where discontent goes to die. He talked about the rest and the importance of how keeping our eyes on the shepherd and how we will be able to get some sleep. He reminds us that there is a land lush with divine mercy. The shepherd invites us to lie down, nestle deeply until you're hidden, buried in the tall shoots of his love. And there you will find rest. We all can. Mr. Lucado says, one shepherd, our shepherd, Lord, will do for us what the shepherd does for the sheep. He will tend to us. John 10:11, New King James says, I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd gives his life for the sheep. The author reminds us also to go to God, bow before him, and trust him. Psalms 25, verse 1 through 2a says, to you, O Lord, I lift up my soul. Oh my God, I trust in you. This book has notes and a study guide in the back, which is great for groups or individuals. This book is based on the promise of Psalm 23. I found this book to be informative, inspiring, and worth reading more than once. It's an easy read and enjoyable. So live, learn, and enjoy the journey. Happy reading. Our next book is entitled The Red Sea Rules by Robert Morgan. Mr. Morgan reminds us that some circumstances are beyond our control, and something as simple as the ring of a phone, a card in the mail, or a knock on the door can push us off the wire. He says the preacher John Rice said, worry is putting question marks where God has put periods. He also said that when Reba Robinson had anxiety, she accepted that God had placed her in a situation difficult as it was. She began converting her worries into prayers and her fears into faith. Mr. Morgan said to take a deep breath and recall this deeper secret of the Christian life. When you are in a difficult place, realize that the Lord either placed you there or allowed you to be there for reasons known only to Himself. He also said Christians shouldn't be surprised when, in seeking to do God's will, we find ourselves trapped in painful, frightening, difficult, and impossible situations. God allows our faith to be tried, and He permits troubles to crowd into our lives. The author says the presence of the Lord surrounds us while the promises of the Bible sustain us. He also says that when threatened by the devil's scheme, just memorize Bible verses and claim them at every turn. He also says he learned an important truth. Unless we plead in faith, our prayers can do more harm than good. Mr. Morgan said, knowing that faith isn't something he could muster up at will, it must be given by God and developed according to the processes. He says our faith grows when we choose to apply God's promises to today's problems and use the experience to mature us for tomorrow's challenges. In a sense, we are storing up faith for times ahead. Finally, the author says, one of the reasons God puts us in tough situations or allows us to be there is to give us the opportunity to sound forth His praises. He expects our gratitude, for He delivers us. He also says that he suggests that praise and worship are the sand and cement that hold the bricks in place along life's daily pathway. Also, spend a few minutes thanking Him for things you never thought of mentioning before. This book is very good, and it explains the Red Sea rules. And there are 10 rules that He's placed in this book. This book is a great encouragement for times we live in. It is an interesting, informative, and also an easy read, worth the time spent reading. Okay, you know what I'm going to say. Live, learn, and enjoy the journey. Happy reading. This has been a cup of tea and a word with Orzie.